Good day, everybody. Thank you very much for the opportunity given by the first Philippine Aviation Research Conference to allow us to present our research paper entitled A Systematic Review of Global Aviation Management, Inputs for Future Academic Research Trajectory. I'm Professor John Erickson Policarpio, the program chairperson of PATS College of Aeronautics, Tourism and Hospitality Management Department, together with my co-researchers, Professor Shirley Braun, Professor Maria Criselda de Solo, Professor Alvin Moralde, and Professor Alex Del Castillo. To start with, let me discuss the background of this study. Aviation management is an integrative discipline in aviation research that focuses on multifaceted areas of airline, airport, and air transport related businesses, according to the study of Janik in 2016. This study area is so huge that it covers the technical and human economic and ecologic and business and sustainability disciplines. Moving forward, the international aviation industry has been at the forefront of the tourism development of the country of origin, the country of destination, and its transit points through its comprehensive and holistic economic distributions or economic contributions. A number of studies have already been published in the main area of aviation management since its onset, following the emergence of the Airline Deregulations Act of 1978. However, coming up with the different subtopics that have been integrated in the development of aviation management as a research discipline, researchers have identified that there is an opportunity to conduct a systematic review on the context of global aviation management to this day. Because as of today, there are no comprehensive and systematic reviews conducted in the said discipline. Moving forward, this research attempts to provide the readers with a systematic conceptual review of global aviation management and answers the following questions, the following problems pertaining to the specific topics of global aviation management that has been conducted for the past 10 years, since 2012 to 2022, the origin of these studies, the geographic distribution, the journal distribution, research context employed, theoretical basis, and key findings. With this in mind, the researchers aims to answer the main research question of understanding the research themes, constructs, and narratives of global aviation management researches published in the past 10 years in order for us to establish the future research trajectory which will guide future aviation researchers in the discipline of aviation management. The gap that we have seen is that basically up until this day, there is no specific scientific and systematic and comprehensive review of related literatures that has been conducted in the discipline of global aviation management. And because of that, the researchers opt to at least bridge this gap by providing a systematic literature review, which then I will be discussing in the part of the methodology, as well as at least to find a research trajectory or research proposal trajectory for future researchers in this discipline. Because as what we all know, there should be a strong research agenda for a certain field or a certain discipline. And one of the most lucrative industries that we need to focus on is the global aviation management. So moving forward, the theoretical framework adapted on this study is the preferred reporting items in systematic review and meta-analysis, or PRISMA 2020, which is basically a systematic protocol ideation and protocol registration on how to answer a certain question utilizing the different literatures available and providing a certain procedure of screening and qualifying reviewed articles. Moving forward with the research paradigm and conceptual framework, we have presented to you our conceptual framework on the screen. We start with our inputs, which are the related literatures of global aviation management. It'll be treated by PRISMA 2020, and the expected outcome of the study would be the global aviation management future research trajectory, as well as the modeling. Coming with the research methodology, The research design employed in the study is the qualitative secondary desk research with a sample size of 27 qualified research articles on global aviation management for the past 10 years. And the sampling technique used is systematic literature review on validated protocols. Data analysis for this study is a hybridized thematic content analysis. As what you can see, this is the protocol that we have employed utilizing the Prisma flow diagram coming from one database, which is from Taylor and Francis Online. We have derived 159 registers or 159 review literatures coming from this said database. Utilizing the different techniques and protocols towards the removal upon screening, there are 28 irrelevant articles that have been removed on the context of global aviation management. And 101 were considered as ineligible because of the automation tool that has been conducted. Therefore, the records that have been screened qualified at 30 researches. From 30 researches, there are 2 that have been excluded, mainly because of the absence of the full text, and the research sought is still at 30. This is at 28 rather. And then from the assessed eligibility, there is 1 disqualified theme. Therefore, the final included articles on the research is 27. So moving forward with the results of the study, as what you can see, there is a dramatic increase of researches starting on 2018, moving forward to 2022. So this has been seen as a notion of the context of the focus of the researchers, mainly because it is brought by the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, wherein researchers have been eager to contribute their studies. As what you can see, there is a huge spike in terms of the number of researches conducted from 2020 up to 2021 and 2022. Moving forward, in terms of the distribution of peer-reviewed articles based on journals published, majority of the published articles have been seen on Congen Business and Management Journal. So this is a Scopus Index journal wherein they are based in United Kingdom. And as what we have also mentioned, the majority of the journals that have been included here can be seen on the continent of Europe. Moving forward, in terms of the distribution of peer-reviewed articles by research themes, we can see that majority of the studies came from aviation policy and governance. In terms of the research worldview distribution, majority of the studies came from post-positivism research worldview. And there are a few coming from idealism. In terms of the methodology, majority of the studies can be seen at the quantitative research studies and few on the qualitative aspects. And utilizing content analysis, we have seen here the word cloud representation of global aviation management research context. On to our discussion, there is an exceptional increase in the number of researches in the global aviation management arena from 2018 and towards the transcendence of the COVID-19 pandemic era. This is attributable to the increasing interest of institutions to conduct researches during the downtime brought by the pandemic. Researchers tend to focus more on the academic writing in this era. And most of the journals that focuses on global aviation management are seen on the European continents, and only a few were conducted in the Asian origin. Aviation policy and governance is the highest research subject area, and quantitative research design employs the most in terms of the study of global aviation management, and there is a dominance of post-positivism researchers in this field. Therefore, these are the different emerging research areas, or what we call as the research trajectory that has been seen. by the researchers. It was divided into two parts, which are the interdisciplinary research trajectories and the multidisciplinary research trajectories. For the interdisciplinary, we have the pandemic aviation business strategies, aviation business recovery, framework development of aviation management, airport management, green practices in global aviation management, regulation policies, and protocol monitoring on aviation. While on the multidisciplinary aspects, there should be the governmental regulations on aviation towards recovery, bilateral and multilateral initiatives of global aviation, multimodal transportation management and psychology, and environmental studies on global aviation. And to sum it all up with our research output, there is what we call a model that we have created, which is the Global Aviation Management Systematic Review Protocol by yours truly as well as our researchers and my co-researchers. So it starts with global aviation management researches, and it will be treated using protocol ideation, protocol anchoring, protocol modification and validation and registration prior to the conduct of systematic review procedures. And the systematic review procedures should at least bring out two research paradigms or research trajectories, which are the interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary trajectories. That's all for our presentation. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay ang tourism.